Okay, so I'm just going to give a brief review of my region. Let's see. So in my region, there's about $292 million to $300 million that's done at 11 VAMCs. The disclosure rate over the past few years has been fairly steady, 111 in FY17, 116 in FY18. We have 12 affiliates, 5 campuses at the UC Regents, Stanford, University of Southern California, Loma Linda University, Oregon Health and Sciences University, University of Washington, Touro University, and North State University. We have interinstitutional agreements with all of these, which dictate how we handle shared intellectual property. We have existing CTAs with UC Regents, Stanford, University of Washington, Oregon Health Sciences, and University of Southern California. These first 4, we also have our newer invention management agreement. So haven't terminated any of the CTAs. In places that have a CTA and have a new IMA, the CTA still remains intact for prior years. And let's see, what else? So, as I said, we currently have 6 invention management agreements in place. The only one which I'm still working on is with UC Regents, which should be done sometime this year. Let's see. So these are the number of invention disclosures which I processed this year, and we only process them when they're complete disclosures. And so whereas there were 116 disclosures this year, there were only 75 before the end of the fiscal year which were complete, and so those were evaluated, and rights were either asserted or not. So in this region, we filed 9 patent applications, and those are patent applications that the VA filed, not the academic affiliate. And 6 were granted. We have 16 pending patent applications in the region, in which VA is the lead on. I did 2 exclusive license agreements this year, so that's pretty much it. Well, I did 3 site visits, one in San Diego, one in Palo Alto, and one in Miami with Ben Henry. Reviewed 25 CRADAs, and well, I included CRADAs and CDAs with that. There was a total of 25. Actively marketed 9 inventions, assessed 33 inventions, went to the AUTM meeting. Oh wait, that's not mine. Oh no, it is, I'm sorry. Went to that meeting, went to a safe patient handling conference, which I gave a presentation about TTP, and because they wanted me there so they could understand how to disclose inventions, when to disclose inventions, because they have a lot of new things that they're developing in that group. Spent a good part of last year resolving a copyright problem with UC, and it turns out now that they were disagreeing that we could have rights in an invention that could be protected with a copyright. They disagreed about that, and ultimately now they agree. We can't file a copyright, but if they choose to protect a jointly owned invention with a copyright as one of the tools to protect that invention, we're still a co-owner of it. Let's see. So here's probably the most interesting thing in my presentation, in that looking at the research dollars in my region and the number of invention disclosures, it sort of points out where more work is needed, and more work in terms of compliance. In general, you're going to get about one invention for every $1 to $2.5 million spent in research dollars. So I have that figure here, and so where it's below that, I highlight in green. There's not really an issue going on there at all. Sort of warning ones are in yellow here. There's probably some underreporting of inventions. The ones in red, there is clearly a problem, and the biggest problem is in Seattle, which they get about $34 million in funding, and they run about 2 invention disclosures a year. I've been out there a couple times in the past, but need to find a new approach to get them to comply in terms of invention disclosures. And that is it for my presentation.